not forward. I mean, there's so much more to concentrate on, so many more important things. People still hungry, people still living on the streets, can't, get affordable housing. And again, when I say that, it's not always people who aren't working. They just can't afford the housing and everything that goes along with that. That first month rent, security deposit, all that kind of stuff. It's a lot. And then, too, like you said, with the women, I mean, I don't get that because, like you said, every situation is different. And, now we're just leaving it up to the opinion of whoever's in office at this time. That's why you make a law, so it's just a law. It stands. It's from beginning to end, not regulated by people's opinions. That's like having a policy at work where whoever whatever boss you work for, they can treat you like this or they can do that. No, they have policies in place so that everybody can be taken care of, so that everybody's covered, so that everybody's protected. And so, whew, we got a lot to do to get united.
Yeah, we do, and I mean it starts and it's a process. It doesn't change overnight because it didn't get like this overnight. But how we unite is we encourage each other. We start talking positive, positive stuff only. You adjust the things that are uncomfortable, but you grow and you come together. Don't be in fear of that. There's too much racism in this country. There's too many people that are spending time judging one another. We're not supposed to judge each other as man to man. It is not for us to do. It's only God that can judge each of us. There's no reason for anybody in this life to play on God. It's just not the right way to go about things. And I'll say this: divided, we're victorious right now because we are divided as a country, and that's the sad reality of what we're winning in. But it doesn't mean that we have to stay like that. What we can do is take a stand, and you take a stand, and you say, "Hey, I'm going to speak as many positives as I can and try to reach as many people as I can until it becomes a domino effect." And believe me, everybody's not going to agree. Everybody's not going to jump on
Right.
board. But you will get the majority to do so because in leadership, there's a lot of uncomfort. You're not going to be comfortable in leadership. That's why only certain people are built to lead. Strength, faith, love, courage, and in walking in no fear and understanding that God, you lead your path. There's nothing that's impossible. There's no trail that you can't blaze. There's no fear to be in. You know, no matter what the shadows are, no matter what, the cloudiness of the day can be, you are the sunshine in the movement in that day. You just have to speak what you want into the atmosphere. And when you're speaking with a whole heart, and a loving spirit, and you're coming from the place that you're supposed to be coming from in your spirit, God is not going to deny you. God is going to remove what is around you that is meant to try to destroy and hurt you. But you got to be transparent. You got to be honest. Again, what we hiding for, Aly, who we hiding from, and God sees everything. If anything, you need to be building upon that relationship with our Creator because that's where it all starts.
Right.
That's what
Right.
all and you make your biggest impact by doing those things. And I know 16, 17 year olds running around with guns when you got people, shooting at you from every direction and you don't know when somebody is going to snap, what they got on their mind, what they're going through. I get it. But I also know my God is greater. And no matter what what is happening here on this earth, in this land, the man that created it all stands and is the final finish of it all. Every ounce of breath that we breathe, everything that we speak, the things that we able to taste, smell, and see, God created that. So when you think about voting, when you think about making a stand in your community, being on your city council, your school boards, all those
Yeah.
things are done with purpose. We pray about things. United, we are a stronger force, and it's something that those that think differently are afraid of. But we have to take those steps and not be afraid to be a leader, and then follow through on with the things that you pray about, and be able to move forward and act on. You act on your prayers. Now you make them, they become a reality because now you're following through on the things that you say that you want and you want to see. And the more positives that we can put in the atmosphere, the much better place this land will be.
Exactly. And Lord have mercy. I was just thinking about even with Tiffany Brown when we were talking on Saturday, we were talking about mature conversations. She's starting a different podcast. And it's where you have mature conversations. And being mature means, like you said, we don't have to agree on everything, but at least hear me out. And don't then criticize me and say, well, I'm not Christian or I'm not this or I'm not that, just because I don't necessarily agree. Maybe once you explain to me why you feel your way, I may understand it better. And maybe I can take some things from your plan and take some things from my plan, and then we implement it. It doesn't have to be one way or the other. It seems like nowadays people, you either have to agree wholeheartedly, 100%, or if you don't agree, shut your mouth and keep going with it. And I don't understand that. This is America, and we
You got
do
to be
have
able
the
to have
right
open
to,
dialogue.
yeah. And that's how you make things happen when you have, because if you really just follow one decision, then you're leaving so many people out because there's a lot of people who don't think that way, but they just can't get to the table to say it. So, I feel like if God has prompted you or brought you to the table, he's put something on your heart to say, but it probably ain't just for you, but it's for somebody else.
Yeah, yeah. He's brought
And
you to the table for a reason.
yep. And I even think about Janet's book, the 5A formula to reclaiming your life. I mean, you could apply that to reclaiming your community, to reclaiming your church, to reclaiming your household. She said, first you have to acknowledge, what's going on. You have to accept your part that you played in it. Okay, in my house, maybe I didn't show up at the table. I wasn't open. I didn't give everybody opportunity to speak. You have to accept the part you played. I wasn't at the school to be supportive, to give my opinion, whatever it is. And then, you got to arm yourself and I say the ammunition that she's talking about is prayer and fasting and conversation and, seeking out, what does this community need? What does this society of people, this part, what do they need? What does this school need? You know what I'm saying? And then you have to act. After you get all that information, you got to act on it. And then again, but you're doing it to bring people together, not to divide.
Yeah. Stop being in your own way. Meaning, if you build it towards something, build towards togetherness, build towards being able to manifest, those things that you want truly, and the love that you should have for your neighbor and your fellow man should be, something really sincere and of human nature. I mean, if you are wishing bad upon your neighbor in ill will, you already in your own way. You already are moving backwards. You're not even moving in the same sense that you're supposed to be moving in. Again, more positives and less negatives. Be the example in your thing. You speak upon something, you say, Lord God, less of me, more of you. Pour into my vessel what is needed in my spirit in order to be productive and prosperous. Let's watch this again. Productive and prosperous will get you through those peaks and valleys that seem like they're hard and difficult. You're trying to navigate through.
Yeah.
Incorporate that mustard seed faith with being productive, being active on all things that you uplift in prayer. An active prayer is a prayer that's going to go somewhere. A prayer that has no action to it is a prayer that's just stagnant and isn't going anywhere and isn't moving fast and not going nowhere anytime soon. Know the difference. Be the difference. I always say, don't just go with the flow. Be the flow. Be the current. Be the wave. Be that that's moving. We don't always have to wait
Yeah.
until the next person says, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, do that." No, you be the change. You be the person that can have impact. And I say it again. You don't need a title to have an impact in this life. Because see, people just occupy a title just to say they have a title. And when you're
Right.
doing that, you're going against everything that that's supposed to mean anyway. Be own it. Be own it yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to wait to be the president or be this, be that. Be of yourself. Be what is poured into you, what is genuine, what you was equipped with, the skill set that you was equipped to be able to be proactive in this life, be productive. Want to see the best things to happen for all mankind. Those things are still in effect and feel is still very strong in this life. So don't run from that. Don't be afraid of that. Because the more we build positives in the atmosphere, the more we can, we can roll against these negative things, that are happening and preying upon our lives.
Right.
If we're divided, Aly, we can't get anything done in division. The only thing we get in division is split pairs and split people and split groups and split trains of thoughts and people all over the place called chaos. Chaos on a whole nother level is what we get from divided we fall.
Hmm. And I think about even when you're talking about the title, I think the title, you get the title after you're doing the work. People will say to you, you should open a bakery because your cakes are so good. But they say that because you've already made so many cakes and you've blessed so many people and they've tasted it and it's good to them. People say, you ought to be on the city council because they already see you in the community. They see that your heart is for the people. And so I think when you're doing the work, you find out what your title is. You find out where you fit in. Sometimes people just want that title, but they don't know the work that's behind it. So the title ain't really doing anybody any good because, oh my gosh, I didn't know I had to do this. I didn't know I had to be this. I didn't know I had to show up. That's because you weren't doing the work beforehand. So do the work beforehand, and then all that other stuff will fall in place.
You're right. You're right. Good works equals great produce equals great fruits and vegetables. You're going to be productive. It's going to help you get season. You don't have to wait on the pastor to come. You ain't got to wait on the doctor. In those places, people don't have the final say. You can be the source of change. You can provide the best and really spread what is needed the core of our foundation here. We talk
Now,
so much about
JT, you're going out a little bit right now.
but
Do you hear me?
okay. I hear now.
Um, are you still with me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I hear you now. Okay, okay, you going back out a little bit. So, but I'm gonna keep talking until I can hear you clearly. You know this thing about being united. I think even with sometimes it's just I don't know. It's just what we've taught, but again, we have to reteach. Sometimes you're taught things, and you find out there's a better recipe. There's a better way of doing it. I say even with sports. We always think that there's only one quarterback. There's only one. You know, the one person who can play that role. But why can't we have two or three people who are really good in that position, and they split the time on the field, right? Because really, and I know we know that scouts are looking, and we want our person to be selected, and we want them to go to the best schools. But again, if we're splitting the time, we're giving everybody their opportunity to shine. Then, because at the end of the day, when graduation happens, most of these kids are going to different schools. So why can't this one be, doing well, getting a skill set, letting his light shine, and then he's going to South Carolina somewhere. This one's going to New York somewhere. We always think, and that's the one thing I know about like a job. It seems like we're always vying for that one or two positions. So everybody kind of fights against one another. Everybody kind of throws people under the bus sometimes. I'm just keeping it real because there's only one or two positions. There's only one or two people who can get a promotion in a certain amount of years or what have you. So we kind of fight against one another, never want to make the other person look better because and sometimes we just want it, but sometimes we need it for our family. I understand that. But one thing I know about entrepreneurship is I love um, that environment because everybody is pushing everybody up. Everybody is cheering and rooting for everybody to win. And so I just think that, we have to, when you start cheering and rooting for somebody else, they say when you help somebody else achieve their dreams, then you're going to achieve your dreams. So when you start planting those seeds and doing well for others, trust me, somebody's going to do well for you. It may not be that same person, but somebody, God has a ram, He has a servant somewhere, or somebody's going to come help you push your dreams. And so, before we go, I have a couple videos I want to show. So while we're waiting on JT to come back, Alan, if you'll go ahead and share the video. And this first video is when we were at the Water Bean Cafe with Janet Marie and her book signing, and Big Blue were there. And so we're going to show a little bit of that video, and then we'll be right back. All right, let's try this again. How about I clicked the wrong button? Okay, but this is your girl Aly. We're out here at the Water Bean Coffee House in Charlotte, 111 Metropolitan Avenue. This is cool. I haven't been in this area yet. Show you what's happening. Oh, this is the Water Bean Coffee House. Try not to get people on video who don't want to be on video. It's a cool little area. Getting ready for the event tonight. So tonight, starting at 7 p.m. will be the poetic poetry show with Big Blue Radio. They are currently inside doing their thing, finishing up, setting up. And then, of course, at 8 starts the book signing with Janet Marie Hefney. That's Big Blue. Y'all say hello to the people.
Hello. Brother can't see, getting old, you understand what I'm saying? They don't just call me Big Blue, they call me Old Big Blue.
Oh Lord. Not old Big Blue. And that's JT and Corey. Big Blue Radio.
Well, we're gonna get down in here, man. Some guy named Jay Black Aly, all of us are here now tonight. So, come on, what's her name?
Janet.
Jenna. Oh, yeah. Can't forget Janet. So, come on down. Big Blue Radio's in the building. Water Bean Coffee.
1111. 1111.
Google Water Bean Metropolitan. It'll bring you right here.
We'll be here. Even if you go to a couple places, right? We'll be here. JT, you got anything else to say?
Tune in. Going live. It's going to be a great show. Trust and believe.
And if they can't get here, they can tune in with BigBlueRadio.com, right?
Tune in live and listen live.
All right.
Download Big Blue Radio right now. Google Play.
Yes. See what we doing over here? It's still early. You got time though. All right. I just want to show y'all where we are. This is what it is. We already got the young man working on coffees and teas and like that. So we're expecting to have a great time. Come on out and join us. All right. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey everybody. So I always say that wrong. It's floetic poetry that Big Blue does on Friday nights. I kept saying poetic poetry. Wait a minute. Floetic poetry. This is what they do. So I kept saying it wrong, but I tried to go back and correct it on all the posts I had made. And so again, we're just talking about united we stand, divided we fall. We got to come together. And together, like I said, I mean, we can come together to the table while you eat hamburgers You can come to the table while this person has hot dogs. We can come to the table where this person is vegan, is not having any meat. We can come to the table where this person is juicing. It doesn't mean because you're doing something different from what I'm doing, you can't sit at the table with us. Come on now, y'all. We gotta stop that. I mean, it's like right now, see those little high school, incidents and things and people bullying and stuff like that. I mean, but it has really escalated from high school to adulthood, and it is everywhere. It's in our neighborhoods, it's in our on our jobs, it's in the grocery stores. And I mean, it seems like we are calling that the norm, and that is not the norm. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. Everybody has the right to, live the best way that they know how, as long as they are not hurting someone else, right? And so, we got to get united. And again, listen, when I tell you some of these community leaders I know, like JT, Corey, Jonathan, um, who were some other people? Renee Jones, the event she had yesterday. I mean, these people are all strong in their own right. They all have brilliant ideas. And so we got to stop saying, okay, well, because this person has a brilliant idea, then you just need to play second fiddle. No, you can still both be very intelligent, very creative individuals and just, work together. You can do that. Two brilliant people really can work together on a project. And let's take turns. This time we work on your project. This time we work on my project. You know what I'm saying? It don't always have to be. I mean, come on. We all know how relationships work. You don't want to be in a relationship where your voice is never heard. You don't want to be in a relationship where your spouse or significant other is always doing what they want to do and telling you what you have to do. And you're like, I don't like fishing. I don't want to go fishing. We go fishing every doggone weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's not a good weekend for me. You know what I'm saying? And so nobody wants to be in those type of relationships. So at some point in time, you got to give, okay? We got to work together because we are able to do that. We're very intelligent people. And so working together is not a problem. It's just sometimes you're going to get the spotlight, and then sometimes somebody else is going to get the spotlight. That doesn't mean that that takes anything away from what you've done because God gave it to you in a different way. And so the people that are going to be most impacted in your way of doing things are going to be blessed. They're going to flourish. But then maybe I don't work that way. Maybe I don't, I don't even want to try to do it. You know what I'm saying? But there is a part of society that's out there waiting on your voice, waiting on you to show them how to do it this way. Like if we're going to do some kind of DIY project, I want it to be real simple. Now, my cousin, on the other hand, she's very crafty. And if we're doing a project, she gonna have colors, she gonna have different levels to it. I'm like, sis, let's just do it like this. Let's just get the little birds this little area to come in and get their food and go on out. She gonna have like different layers and people, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't mad at her because that's her gift. And so she gonna need somebody. Somebody's gonna need that gift because they're like, my bird feeder is just too small. I got a lot of birds to come by, and I have to go out there and fill it up every couple of hours to feed everybody. Well, then she's gonna come along with her idea and her craft, where there's different layers and there's different openings and different sizes for different birds. You see what I'm saying? And that's cool. It works for her. For me, it's just gonna be something simple. But I applaud her and she gonna applaud me. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But we gotta come together. We have to unite on so many levels. And we have to mostly just most of all quit the division. Quit talking about people, tearing people down, because you don't like what they did, or they had a bigger turnout, or you feel like they did something. Maybe they were offering people something for a turnout. I mean, if they did, I mean, they were just being creative and how to get people, how to get in front of the people in the room. You know what I'm saying? So don't get mad. Sometimes ideas can be shared across platforms. You can do the same thing I did for your audience. You can do the same thing for your business. You can do the same thing for your school. I mean, why does it have to be one or another? One and nothing. Come on, if it's a good idea, let's share it. Let's use it. Let's implement it because we want to help people. We want to encourage people. And so definitely want to go and play this last video. It is of Jonathan Coleman. He was the host for the book signing, and you guys hear his name quite often. He is a PR specialist in Charlotte, and he is Tiffany Brown, who was on the show on Saturday, works with him. He works with Urban City Connect as a team member. They're playing together, team member, and so he really is. If your business is looking for some exposure, there's Making Connections, there's Big Blue Radio, there is eLove, um, XL Radio. I mean, he's got some connections. So this is the person that you want to connect with. So we're going to show the video with Jonathan, and we'll be right back. All right, everybody. Now, y'all know I couldn't leave this event and not have a one-on-one with my buddy, longtime partner and friend, and that is, guess who?
Some guy named Jay. I'm in the house. Yeah, definitely. Aly, I appreciate you for coming out for meet the author, Janet Marie. We had Janet Marie talk about the book 5A Formula to Reclaim Your Life, and yeah, it was an amazing experience. I hosted it. Aly introduced Janet. Everything went smooth. It was just man, the vibe. Big Blue Radio was in the house. Providing the music and the sound, and everything was just wonderful.
See, what should have happened was y'all should have been here because they was doing good. Big Blue Radio, oh yeah, they had the hits going. And I'm trying to tell y'all, now I've said it before and I'm gonna say it again. If your business needs some help, if your business needs some exposure, this dude right here, Jonathan Coleman, that's on Facebook. And who are you on IG?
Oh yeah, Jay for now. Everything's on here. Just holler at me. I guess it's backwards on the thing. But at JAYFORNOW on Instagram. Follow me. I'll follow back. And yeah, if you need more exposure for your business, definitely get at me.
And what's your email?
info@themediablast.net.
And listen, you got to join this group too, Blacktopia.
Blacktopia.
Join the group. It's a lot of stuff going on in there. They always announcing events, artists. Y'all know Jay has been one of the best supports of Making Connections with Aly. We met, must have been 4 years ago because it was
2018, was it?
Oh yeah, we might have been like 1 year in. Yeah, and we met. And ever since then, we just been supporting one another because that's what we're here to do. Because, he knows a lot of stuff I don't know. And then I just have a platform for people he do know.
Yeah, definitely.
So we
one
out here.
The other.
Yeah. One way or another. See? Whatever your skill is, you got to give it back. So out here with some guy named Jay, Jonathan Coleman. Look him up on Facebook. Join the Blacktopia group. And listen, you got to get out to what you got coming up next?
Oh yeah, the UCC Kings of it'll probably be done past by the time this air, but on Father's Day, on that yeah, but yeah, this is not live. This is the video.
Yeah, it's live.
Oh yeah, Saturday,
June 18th
at First and Goal. We're having the Kings of the City Father's Day party at First and Goal, so definitely come on out.
Yes.
It's a free event from 1 to 5 at First and Goal on University City Boulevard.
Come on out. You got to get to one of these events, and I'm saying you just got this the man to connect with. All right. Thanks, Jay.
Definitely. Thank you too, Aly.
Y'all know I can't hit this. Y'all know I be having problems with technology. I mean, I don't know what be happening. But definitely want to show that video. Some guy named Jay. So he is Jonathan Coleman on Facebook and Jay for Now, JAYFORNOW on Instagram. Email info@themediablast.com. Definitely reach out to him. He is willing to help you get some exposure, get your views up, get you, if you got a group and you're trying to fill it, get you some exposure in the community. And that's typically what happens at the events. I mean, like nobody be wanting to go home. I mean, everybody had left the inside and was outside on the sidewalks talking and shooting videos and taking pictures and stuff. So that's what those events are like. And so again, that's the atmosphere you want to be in. People who are encouraged. There was other book writers there, but everybody was applauding Janet Marie Hefney that night because it was her night. It was her night to shine. It was her night to tell us about the 5A formula to reclaiming your life. And then Big Woo Radio, they did their show live. The poetic floetic poetry. They also have a show called Little Bucky. They say it's on Tuesday nights, but it's for the grown people. So I wouldn't advise you um, having your children out on that. And I think we might have one more video, and it might be with Corey talking a little bit about that. So, Alan, if you have the other video, let's go with it. Or it might not be Corey. I'm not sure. Let's see.
Overcome it. Big Blue Radio is definitely live and on location. And it's nothing like it, man. We get together and we are live and we bring stuff, especially like the water being coffee. We hear it from the city. I mean, we bring it on a whole nother level. So it's definitely exciting for the show tonight. Again, the energy is fire, man. And water being coffee
Well, I got a lot of energy. I don't know about anybody else got some energy there. Okay. I'm live over here. He's live over here. Got to shout out Water Being Coffee, my homeboy Tony Lowe, the CEO, for letting us use the spot tonight as we get ready for my spots in Gastonia. We got more beans coming. Got more water beans coming. We have 10 now. On our way to 15. Winston-Salem, Concord, Gastonia. They showed me. Gastonia, and what's the other spot, Eddie? Concord, Winston-Salem, Gastonia, Belmont. We come to all y'all folks. We are coming, but right now we got a great show lined up for you. We're gonna do some. Of course, we got the Let It Flow segment that we do normally around 10 minutes after 7, but you know we on CP time at night, baby, so we gonna do it like we do it. And when you're the CEO of Big Room Radio, you can do that. But thanks to everybody that tuned in and was waiting, and then you're like, man, they're not even showing up. What's going on? Right? They heroes already. But here we are. And I'm trying not to give y'all too much feedback because we gonna have music playing. We got people doing poetry. The volumes on this thing is gonna go up and down. Just
Say hey to the people.
If we get disconnected somehow, I'm like JT right here. But we good, man. We good. Got my man, some guy Jay in the building, Aly in the building. Aly Virtuous Show.
All right, so hopefully y'all can feel the vibe. We was just having fun. We were out there talking and carrying on. And like I said, Big Woo was doing their show. Wasn't nobody mad. Why they got so much time? But nothing like that. I mean, Big Woo was shouting everybody out that was in the place. We had poetry and so spoken word. It was just an awesome event. And so truly, again, when we think about if you're on a team, let's be team players. Let's lift everyone up. Let's work together and not against one another. Okay. Let's become united in at least, the goal that we're trying to reach. We might do it in different aspects and in different implementation stages, and it might look different here as it was there. But the ultimate goal is to help somebody along the way, to lift somebody up, to let somebody know they can make it, to give people options, and to let them know that, you don't have to live in lack. You don't have to be depressed. You don't have to, live in fear that your family won't make it or that your family won't have because there's somebody out there rooting for you. There's somebody out there that's in your corner. So, this platform is about encouraging people, again, letting people know about the resources that are out there. And like JT said, sometimes people are just mean. And you know what? You're going to run across that. So I'm just going to be honest with you. Sometimes people are just mean. Sometimes people have so much insecurity in themselves that it comes out and they really do try to pull you down. But don't let that discourage you. Know that everybody's going through it. Know that it's not just pinpointed towards you, but we've all been there. But you can overcome it. Just don't let it get to you. Don't let it get in your spirit. And like the Bible says, pray for those who despitefully misuse you. Pray for them. Encourage them along the way. Maybe they need some encouragement and some love to, break that shell that they're living in. So it's so many things and so many reasons why people do what they do. But, again, we have to be aware of our surroundings. Let people, be different. Everything doesn't have to look the same and be the same. Doesn't mean that that's taking anything away from what you have or what you can have. Um, but let's show one another some love. Let's, and sometimes, if you can't be at every event, you share a flyer. You donate, you get online and donate. You get online and you say, hey, can you do this virtual? Because you might have some more people who can, join you virtually. There's so much, going on, and there's so many different options and avenues of getting things done. But it always works better when we work together. As a team, when people have their own agenda and they're running their own plays, you might even win the game. I put this on Facebook. You might even win the game, but I guarantee the win is going to come a little bit harder. And the win is not going to be celebrated as well if we had to fight to get the win, if we had to fight each other to get the win. Whereas, when we have worked together as a team, you threw that through, I caught this, I did it, da da da, everything landed in its right place and we was flowing together. Man, that's a sweet win. So that's what we want. More wins, more unity. And there's different events coming up, unity in the community. Check out the Facebook group. I'm put all those flyers there. Some have been put there, but I'm going to place them there again. Unity in the community. And there's also Rosa Parks, the market, where you fresh market. Check out that flyer for those who are looking for fresh, vegetables and things for the summer. So we got to go. We love you. Stay tuned. Connect with us. As always, until next time, we're leaving you with love, positivity, and good vibes. Have a great day, everybody.